maybe that is like, so just thinking about, is this something that I think is changing, or is this something that I think is permanent and will always be here in exactly this way, is maybe like a finger hold into starting to understand that things don't exist in the way that we think that they do.
Yeah, like a realization of impermanence, I think, is necessary to have a realization. What's up?
Could you also think of it in similar, like an ignorant way, where we're still trying to understand a different reality? How many people were involved in that rose,
Right.
From the start of
Right.
the seed planting to the cult, to the nurturing, even to tilling the soil before the seed went down, and then to the man who might, or the woman who takes the garbage out, or
Yeah. It's the causes and conditions, and we tend to see things as separate of causes and conditions. But when you think about it, you can't pull anything out of the net of causes and conditions. And that is, I think, the sliver of a diamond proof. We're not going to go into that here, but we can, and it is covered in this course. I think it's sliver of a diamond. Please don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's this, and like also, this wouldn't exist if there was no oxygen on this planet. This wouldn't exist if there was oxygen on this planet, but the temperature was too high or too low. This wouldn't exist in this way if we were all dogs. Or if we were all
or
kids.
if we were blind.
Or if we were blind.
Yeah.
They also, I think it was the sliver of it.
I think it is.
I think so. But it goes into like causes conditions by parts as a whole.
We're going to get into one of those.
Okay.
We're going to get into, well, if we have time. So, why is it important to identify the object that we deny? Can anyone give me an answer to that now that without like reading it, can you just explain it?
You have to identify it as the object. Because you have to identify it as something. Because you have to do more investigation into it and as you do that investigation, you'll come up empty of an answer.
Well, isn't it at its core to understand emptiness, right? So that's
It's kind of saying, follow the logic that you function on a daily basis, but like really look into it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that girl's a bitch for doing that to me. Oh, okay, cool. Why? And then you keep going and you go and you go and you go, and then you're like, oh, okay, that doesn't actually make sense.
it's understanding that there's no self-existence.
Yes. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I'm just sort of remembering, like, there is a specific reason for this play on words, the absence of the non-existing thing, which would be two negatives. And if I remember, like, that Dakcha moment, it's something about, like, so we're looking for the lack of something,
Right.
something that's not there, but the second you look for it, you've given it a thing,
Yeah.
right? And so
Creative.
then, in giving it a thing, now it's come into existence. But we're talking about the lack of it. And like, that puts your brain in this really unsteady place. But actually, that's sort of where you need to be able to like interact with things and get to a place where I could see I don't, but I could see a rose and understand its causes and conditions, or that it was a projection. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. This is cute, but if you've ever noticed, Hector does it a lot. He'll always say, "There ain't no," and it's not because he's stupid. He's doing it on purpose. But it's the double negative thing.
Yeah.
It's to get. He always says like, "There ain't no this," or like he always say "ain't no," which is like really bad English, but he does it on purpose to like first grab your attention, and also because it's a double negative, and it's talking about the absence of the emptiness.
Yeah. I remember that being like a little bit of a pop at some point when we were doing this God talk, and it was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Well, I feel like the way I understand it, I think I'm understanding something that I've heard a long time ago. Is like, I guess an example is the thought of like myself. I think my name is Courtney. I'm 5 foot. Like I think of all these things in pieces, and so that's what has made up me. But if I had to think of if I would have to deny that, I could be anything I wanted to be. Does that make any sense? And it could be that for not only yourself, but anything else.
Well, yeah, but what I would say to that is that just remember that it has that potential to be anything, but like for you it is that thing, right?
You're forced.
Yeah.
You're forced to see it as the Courtney, but and for you it is Courtney. But you're right in that it has the potential to be something else, and absolutely for another person is something different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. This is worth just kind of reading verbatim because it's this metaphor that's provided in the text. A magician in ancient India throws a small stick on the ground and utters an incantation and sprinkles some powder. This makes the people who are standing there see the stick as a horse or cow. Other people join the crowd later. They don't see the animal because they weren't there when the spell was cast. The spectators see a horse and believe there's one there. The magician also sees a horse, but he knows it's not real and doesn't believe in it. The latecomers neither see a horse nor believe that there is one there. Okay, the spectators, and this is the answer to the question. The spectators are like a person who has not yet seen emptiness directly. They see things as self-existent and believe that they're self-existent.
They believe the illusion of the horse? Yeah.
No, I'm just reading.
The magician is like a bodhisattva who has seen emptiness directly, but who is not now inside the direct perception of emptiness. So things still appear to be self-existent. They're still seeing the horse, but they know that the horse isn't real. They don't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe that you guys are actually, like, whatever.
I don't believe that the horse is there.
Right. Or I
I
don't
know
believe.
that it's not there, but you're seeing it.
The
Yeah,
horse
you
is
see
there.
it.
It's
You
not
see it.
self-existent. The horse is there.
Right.
So you're saying the horse isn't there. The horse is
well,
there.
it's actually
just
not.
not a self-existent horse.
He's saying it's
No, it's not there because it's a spell. It's like actually a stick or something.
He's saying I see the stick, but I know you're seeing the horse.
No, he's saying I see a horse, but I know it's not really a horse.
I think the point is we're all sticks. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a stick in the mud.
And our minds are sticky.
Yes, they are.
So are my pants.
The latecomers.
Rolly.
The latecomers are those who are in the direct perception of emptiness, where things neither appear as self-existent, nor do they believe that they're self-existent. You're seeing things as they really are, and you understand that they are the way that they really are, which is empty, not self-existent.
Can you
Not
scroll up for a second?
Sure.
Thanks.
I want to go to the next one, though. Do you guys have this?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on.
So,
Oh, that little answer?
Sorry. I'll give you more time. Sorry.
oh, is there another page?
That is the answer.
The bottom paragraph is the answer.
So I always forget what this okay
Okay, how do you say that?
Oh, it's always, remember it's always like, so.
Oh yeah.
How do you say the second word?
I think it's the mind that hasn't seen emptiness directly. I think it's our mind.
Yeah. Yeah, because then the next one happened.
Oh.
I'm ready to get this.
Thanks for coming. Right, faster. Going.
All right.
I'm not trying to show preference for one Dharma over another Dharma. So do you guys have it written down? That was a Buddhist joke. Ah.
Yeah, Buddhist jokes are so boring.
They're so cool. Okay. Write out the reasoning called. This might be it.
You just passed it?
No, it's here.
Oh.
Okay, it's just this. Write out the reasoning called the emptiness of one or many. And we'll go into this. So this is a quotation from the scripture. Consider the three kinds of knowledge. They don't exist truly, because they neither exist truly as one thing, nor do they exist truly as many things. They are, for example, like a reflection of an image in a mirror. I know that it's a little confusing, and we'll get into that.
Can you explain what the rose?
Not right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, this isn't the right time, but I need to read the next answer
No problem.
before
Thank
I'm
you.
super clear on
Thank
what
you.
this one is. I think what it's saying is you can neither identify something as the entirety of itself, nor can you identify it as disparate parts coming from their own side. Therefore, it's empty. But we'll get into it. It's good to just write it and plant the seeds, like the pigeon. This is cool. I think we're actually going to finish the exam for Hector. Really excited. Did you guys get it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So the next question is going to explicate this question. Why is it true? Just going to find it. Sorry. No, wait. I don't know if it's here. Yeah, this is it. So the reasoning called the emptiness of one or many is one of the many proofs of emptiness that exist. Most of the proofs of emptiness utilize the understanding of like causes and conditions, dependent arising. So this paragraph is actually the answer to your question. When we say that something really exists, we mean it exists independent of its parts. So if I lost my arm, I would still be me. If I lost 2 arms, I would still be me. If I lost all my limbs, I would still be me, right? That's kind of the logic. That's kind of the logic that's naturally in our minds. But this can never be the case because we perceive something only by perceiving its parts. Our eye skips around to the major features of an object, and then our mind organizes this information into a whole object.
This is like the car thing that Hector did?
Yeah.
Okay. Hector did something with a car where he was showing that, like,
You don't really see a car. What you see is like some wheels and some windows and like a hood and a trunk, and then you're like, oh, that's a car. And the more that you try to,
Yeah. So it's like I'm me,
Right.
right? And I would be me even if I lost both my arms.
Right.
Like we believe that, right? But it's saying that that's not true. Because at some point, like it's not true because your eye looks around for parts as identifiers of that thing.
Right.
Okay, and we're like, okay, fine, you lose 2 arms, fine. Okay, well, what if I lose my head and 2 arms? Am I still me? What if I lose everything from here down? Am I still me? Because then it gets tricky.
Right.
And that,
Right. So that's the proof.
This is all in course 2.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's so condensed into like really intense material. And it's interesting because we were studying these proofs in the Bodhisattva Trivatara as well.
Yeah, I feel like we've studied this a couple times.
That's good. I mean, they're really profound. I don't feel that I understand them fully.
It's actually, I
So,
believe we do this in ACI 13.
so is the proof is the reasoning.
Yeah. Wait, did I do that right? Yeah. 18. Okay. This one's kind of weighty. Let's see if we can. We're going to 9:45, right?
Yes.
Good, we'll finish it. If you guys need to leave now, that's fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But we only have 2 questions left, and I would like to finish it.
I have somebody waiting for me.
So this is kind of interesting, and this question brings up like a point that I feel like a lot of people ask when they've studied a little bit. I'm just gonna read it out. So, and it's kind of badass too. Like this is so cool. In the section of the commentary known as the text of Maitreya, Maitreya's future Buddha, a debater comes and argues that Maitreya has no state of mind aspiring to fulfill his own needs, and so he has written the Ornament of Realizations only for the sake of others. Perhaps the debater is assuming that Maitreya is already a Buddha. If he does assume this, what mistake has he made?
That he's a self-existent Buddha?
Yeah, it's not clear to me, so I just want to like read through and digest the answer with you guys, because then they make a distinction between open and secret teachings, which like threw me for a loop when I was reading it. I was like, why are we going here?
Yeah.
So it's good to discuss it here. Oh yeah, there's the answer. Okay, he's mixed the open path of Buddhism with the secret. I didn't read that before I was talking. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for
Good night.
meditation.
So, in the tantric teachings, Maitreya is considered to be a fully enlightened being already. In the open teachings, he is not yet so. In a presentation of the open teachings, one should never mix in the secret teachings, which are meant only for specially qualified disciples. The open teachings are also known as the way which is shared, while the secret teachings are known as the way which is not shared. I just want to see something. Hold on.
That's weird.
I actually want to go into the next 2 because it's a little bit more of an elaboration on how emptiness interfaces with this logic. But we'll finish. We're like doing so well. Thank you guys. I didn't think we'd get to the end. So the answer is just that, you know, he's conflating these two teachings.
The debater is confusing.
The one who is like positing this argument that is being argued against in this text. No, they're talking about Maitreya. Maitreya is not saying this.
Right, but the debater
says Maitreya has no. The debater says that Maitreya has no. He's implying that Maitreya is a Buddha. He's created this only for other living beings. He hasn't created it for a realization of his own wishes.
Right.
It's only for others. So they're saying that he's confusing the open and the secret teachings because he's assuming that he's a Buddha. And that assumption only comes with, I guess, like Tantra
Right.
secret stuff. The way which is not shared. Not shared. So then they're like, suppose he really is a Buddha. If he is a Buddha, then he does possess the wish for enlightenment. And then they say that, and it's interesting because like I haven't really studied this part fully. What happens, like what causes an enlightened being to do anything? Is like one of the questions. I was talking to another member of the Sangha, if you guys know Coco, I was like asking her this. And I think it's an interesting point. But anyway, we have the answer.
So there's no like, I don't know if they use the wishing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We don't use the term like cessation of that wishing, right? Like we talk about cessation of a lot of things, but I've never seen this thing here. Like, but there's no cessation of wishing for the enlightenment of all living beings. Is that right? Is that this?
I would say yes, but I would say yes, there is no such thing as this. This is just me. Okay.
Yeah, please, thank you.
I don't know. I would say there's no such thing as the cessation of that wish. But I would say that the way that we're talking about it right now is such a gross way of conceptualizing the movement of enlightened beings that we're not even going to scrape the surface of what it means.
Okay, thanks.
So, I mean, that's where I go with it.
Okay, thanks.
Physical body is the Rupakaya.
Oh.
Says it right there.
Nice.
Okay.
So what was Nirmanakaya?
I think, if I'm remembering correctly, Rupakaya and Sabokakaya have to do with the physical manifestation, and Nirmanakaya and Dharmakaya are the wisdom, the mind, the mental. It's in
Wait,
ACI
is
1.
Rupakaya the emanation body?
It's the physical body.
Isn't there Monica?
So
maybe
let's just
maybe
Google it. Should we Google it?
no, don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm gonna Google it later because now I
Sure.
want to know. Okay, the final question. Dharmakirti. Oh, it's kind of a womp womp, but that's okay. It's still true. I was expecting like a more elaborate answer because I'm like really excited about knowing more about Tantra. This works. So in order for Tantra to work, the person who has spoken the Tantra must be a being of exceptional spiritual power. And the person who practices must be leading a very pure life.
This isn't just a womp womp
I know.
because it implies so much.
It does. It's beautiful. I just wanted like a step-by-step list of everything I have to do personally.
Right.
But from what
There it is.
from what we've spoken about,
Only 2 steps.
almost less than that. Okay. I want like wake up at 7 a.m. Eat this. Meditate this way. Da, da, da. But this is amazing, and this is like a perfect encapsulation of everything that we've just spoken about.
I like how they call it the Tantra.
Where?
This,
Oh,
Who practices the Tantra? But
the
can,
first
can
rule
we
about the Tantra.
can we talk about the
You
implications
can't
here?
talk about the Tantra. What?
Can we talk about the implications here?
Yeah, sure. Perfect.
Do you want me to talk about
Yeah.
them? It's implying that the person who has spoken the Tantra must be a being of exceptional spiritual power. There's no such thing as somebody that exists like that from their own side. So you must have accumulated a lot of good karma to see somebody as an exceptional spiritual power. It's
Yeah.
a really, really awesome and like you have to have a lot of karma, good karma, for that to
Yeah.
ripen in your life.
To see yourself that way?
To see somebody else that
Even
way.
to see someone
Even to
else.
see someone else that way.
Yeah. Because it says the person who has spoken the
Yeah,
Tantra.
but you can be the one speaking the Tantra.
True. And then the person who practices the Tantra must be someone who is leading very pure life. Same. It's
Because
implying
the
the same thing.
impurities, and who was I talking about this with? And this is like a very gross way of discussing this, but like if you've ever been a dick and then tried to meditate, like if you've ever gotten into an argument with someone, like even like 13 hours ago or like 30 hours ago, and then you sit down on your like it doesn't even need to be right before, and then you sit down on your cushion, no clarity whatsoever. I mean, at least for me. So purity is like the only way to get to wisdom, like moral purity. You have to be a good person to even get that. So cool.
When it says the Tantra is one thing?
It's talking about
They're
the
talking about
secret
the secret
teaching.
teachings.
Yeah.
I think the entire body of secret teaching.
Oh, okay.
Cool, we did it.
That's the whole thing, you guys. So thank you.
Can we go back to, number 3? I just didn't get the rest of that. And I got everything else.
What was it? Sorry. Number 3. Oh, yeah. Which part did you not?
I have clarification of his meaning.
Yeah, of the meaning.
Of the meaning.
Master Haribhadra. Bye, Fred.
Thank you.
Bye, Fred. Hari
Love you, Dad.
Badra. Yeah.
850 AD. Did you get the Tibetan?
What do you mean?
Did you get the Tibetan analysis?
Where am I supposed to?
Yeah, that's the second part of the question.
Oh, no, I didn't.
The analysis of the perception of wisdom. Oh, or is it? Perfection of wisdom. I wrote P of W. By Kedrup Tempa. Kedrup Tenpa. And then D. I can't read my handwriting. Hold on.
Sorry.
I can't read my handwriting. I want to find it. Darky.
Dark gay.
1493 to. A year after Columbus sailed the ocean blue, this Tibetan commentary was written.
Cool. Cool, that's it.
That's everything! So we have to dedicate.
We did it. That was so much.
That was so much.
I didn't do so.
Go do it again!
I know.
I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. Like, please.
I can't believe that was one course.
That's insane.
That's why I was like freaking out as I'm like reading through this stuff. I'm like, it's so much.
Imagine taking that exam. Like, that would take
You
you
just did.
an hour. From memory.
Oh, yeah.
Be like a real life class.
So we're going to offer the mandala to that which we perceive as a Buddha. which is something in our own mind. It's a concept of perfect being, which is like a template for what we will become. So we're offering perfection to that being, and that generates a perfect world. Then we're going to dedicate the goodness that we've just accumulated by studying this. And by dedicating it, you increase it like tenfold or something like that. Is it 10? Something like that. And you're dedicating the goodness of the deed, not just so you like win a free car. It's so you can gain the enlightened mind and the enlightened body, the Dharmakaya and the Rupakaya, created by merit and wisdom. Merit being bodhicitta, wisdom being direct perception of emptiness. So that's what we're going to do, but we're going to do it in the...
Sashi Pukye Jushin Nitsotram Viram Lingshi Nyinde Yampari Sange Shindu Nite Umargi Rakun Namda Chingla Chuparsho Iram Guru Mandala Kamyatayami Kewa Digyokun Sunam Yashe Sotsokshin Sunam Yashe Lejungwe Kampa Kuni Tuparsho.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
That was good.
That was fun.
Thank you.